So next, it is a differentiable. You have to check the differentiability in this problem. Here f of x is given by, this is a greatest integer function and this is modulus function. So first define in the domain minus 1 to 3, split into the intervals and find out the function f of x. First you split the interval minus 1 to -0. Okay, in this interval, that is minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 0. What is your f of x? F of x equal to, in this interval, the greatest integer of x is minus 1 plus 1 minus x, modulus value, the negative portion is negative. So this is minus 1 minus x. Okay, so the value is minus 2 minus x. Next, in the region 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. So what is the value? Here this greatest integer is, here x takes the value 0 and 1 minus x is positive in this region. 0 to 1 we get a positive region. So this is equal to 0 plus 1 minus x. So answer is 1 minus x. Next, in the region 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. So what is your greatest integer value? Greatest integer value is 1 plus positive region. So this is 2 minus x. So next, in the region 2 less than or equal to x less than 3. So the greatest integer value is 2 plus modulus value is positive, so 1 minus x. So value is 3 minus x. So finally you find out the f of x value. So now f of x you can combine, this is set of value minus 2 minus x and 1 minus x, next 2 minus x, next 3 minus x. Between the regions, closed interval 0 to 1, so minus 1 to 0, open intervals, next closed interval 0 to 1, next 1 to 2, next 2 to 3. Okay, in these intervals you can find out this limit. This is for 0. For 0 this is left hand limit and this is right hand limit. Both are having different values. When you substitute x equal to 0, here you get minus 2 and 1. So the left hand limit and right hand limit does not coincide. So it is not continuous at 0. Similarly, for 1, this is left hand limit and right hand limit. When you substitute x equal to 1, you get 0 and 1. Similarly, for 2, when you substitute 2, you get here 0 and 1. So both the cases 0, 1, 2, the left hand limit and right hand limit does not coincide. Therefore, the function is not continuous at x equal to 0, 1, 2. Okay, and this continuity, if it is not continuous, it is not differentiable. Therefore, the function is not differentiable at 0, 1, 2. So your answer is, here C is your correct answer. Next function f of x is given. You have to prove it is continuous. It is given it is continuous at x equal to 0 means limit value and its value of this function are equal. That is the meaning. Okay. So the function is given and you have to prove this is which of these 4 options you are having the values. Okay. So first f of x equal to the given function is apply the limit. Now f of x equal to x minus e power x plus cos 2x divided by x square. So apply the limit x tends to 0, f of x equal to limit x tends to 0, you substitute x minus e power x plus cos 2x divided by x square. So when you apply the limit, you get here 0 and e power 0 is minus 1 and cos 0 is 1. So you get minus 1 plus 1 divided by 0. So 0 by 0. You can apply the standard limits. Since you get 0 by 0 form, you can apply any one of the standard limit. So applying the L'Hopital's rule, so differentiate the numerator and the denominator separately. So you get f of x equal to, when you differentiate, you get 1 minus e power x minus, this is 2 sin 2x divided by 2x. Again applying the limit. Okay, when applying the limit, what do you get? Limit as x tends to 0, again you get minus 1 minus 2, there is 0, 2 into 0 divided by 0. So this is again you get a 0 by 0 form. Again applying L'Hopital's rule. So you get limit x tends to 0. Again the function, and once again you differentiate, you get minus e power x. So sin 2x you get minus 2 into 2, that is 4 cos 2x divided by 2. Applying the limit, what you get? That is equal to e power 0 minus 4 into 1 divided by 2. So that is minus 1 minus 4 by 2 equal to minus 5 by 2. So this is your f of x. Okay. So f of x equal to minus f of 2. Now you find out what is your greatest integer. Greatest integer of f of x is, you can write this minus f of y minus 2.5. Okay. So this greatest integer of f of x is, the left hand side integer, before integer is minus 3. So this is minus 3. Next, your fractional part f of x, the fractional part of f of x is given by the decimal value, that is minus 2.5 means that is 0.5. So when you multiply this f of x greatest integer and the fractional part, you get the answer is multiplying these two values. Greatest integer f of x into fractional part f of x is equal to 3 minus 3 0.5. So answer is minus 1.5. So your option, this is the D is the correct answer. This is nothing but your fractional part and this is nothing but your greatest integer. So this is your answer. So again, this next problem is in the limit function. The limit x tends to 0, the given function is given and the limit exists, it's already given. Here an expression is given under square root. So here you are going to use the binomial expansion. So already you know the binomial expansion, 1 minus x whole to the power n is equal to 1 alternative plus minus nc1x plus minus. So if it is minus sign means you have put minus and alternatively plus nc2 x square minus etc. It goes on like this. Here you are having an expression L square minus x square. So L square minus x square whole to the power 1 by 2 it's given. So you take this as n is equal to 1 by 2. You take L square outside. So this is L square whole to the power 1 by 2. 1 minus x square by L square whole to the power 1 by 2. So this is nothing but L and use this formula. So 1 minus 1 by 2 nc1 is 1 by 2 c1 x square by L square. Okay. So next term nc2 is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into x power 4 by L power 4. Okay. So next term does not exist because the denominator you are having x power 4. Up to x power 4 you can get, the other terms will become the higher powers, will when x tends to 0 become 0. Okay. So you are neglecting the higher power terms, only you are taking up to x power 4, only you get 2 terms. So when you simplify the term, you get this is L equal to 1 minus, when you multiply here 1 by 2, when you multiply by L, so this is L and 1 by 2 x square by L. You simplify this expression, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 and denominator you are having 2 factorial, so minus 1 by 8 and take this L inside, you get here x power 4 by L cube. So mark this equation number 1. Okay, this is number 1. You are going to substitute in the expression of the limit. Okay, so now given the limit is limit x tends to 0 L minus, you substitute here 1, that expression L square minus x square is 1. So substitute, you get L minus, minus of minus become plus 1 by 2 x square by L. Next term here minus, already one minus, so plus 1 by 8 x power 4 by L cube. Next the remaining term minus x square by 4. Okay, the whole expression divided by x power 4. It's next this L get cancelled. So next limit x tends to 0, x square by 2L plus 1 by 8 x power 4 by L cube. Next minus x square by 4 whole to the power x power 4. Next when you divide by this each term by x power 4, you get here 1 by x square term and here also 1 by x square term. When you divide by this term, you get this x power cancel 1 by 8 L cube. Given the limit is finite. So finite means the numerator term does not be infinite. So here you are having x square x square. When you dividing by x power 4, you get denominator x square. To avoid the infinity, so you make this, it is possible these two terms should cancel each other. So the first and last term should cancel each other. So the only possibility is this denominator 2L equal to 4. The only possibility to get a finite value, this denominator value 2L equal to 4 means then the first and last term get cancelled. So you get L is equal to 2. That is a condition. So when L equal to 2, here you get 4. So these two terms get cancelled. Finally, limit x tends to 0, 1 by 8 x power 4 by L cube divided by x power 4. So this x power 4 cancel. So 1 by 8 L cube. Substitute L is equal to 2. This is 2. Substitute 2, you get this is 1 by 8 into 8, that is 1 by 64. So 1 by 64 is the answer to get the final. So the finite value of m is 1 by 64 and the answer is C. C is the correct answer. Next function, f of x equal to root 3 sin x minus cos x plus 2. You have to find the inverse of the function. So use the inverse. First you write down the given function f of x equal to root 3 sin x minus cos x plus 2. Okay. So you divide both sides by 2. You take this function as y. So y by 2 is equal to root 3 by 2 sin x minus 1 by 2 cos x plus 1. Okay. So next this root 3 by 2, it exists in the function. This is cos 30 degree. That is cos 30 degree means it is cos pi by 6 and sin x, and this is 1 by 2 value is sin pi by 6. same angle you have to take, sin pi by 6 cos x plus 1. Okay, you bring this 1 to this side. So y minus 2 by 2 you get. So this is formula, sine formula you can, this is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B formula. So this is sin A minus B. So x minus pi by 6 you can take. This is x minus pi by 6. Next you take inverse on both sides. So sin inverse of y by 2 by 2 is equal to x minus pi by 6. So x is your inverse value. So next, what is x? X is equal to pi by 6 plus sin inverse of y by 2 by 2. Okay, so it come under the option B. Again, the option A is also correct answer. Using the formula, you can use the formula. This is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. So, your sin inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. So, substitute in the place of sin inverse this value. So, now again x is equal to pi by 6 plus pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. So, x is equal to, so this is cos inverse of y by 2 by 2. Next, when you add these two things, you get, this is when you take LCM, 6 here 2 into 3, 3 pi by plus 4 pi by 6 minus cos inverse of y by 2 by 2. Okay, so this is your inverse, that is 2 by 3 minus cos inverse of y minus 2 by 2. So this is your inverse, f inverse of y. So this is nothing but your x. So this number 1 and number 2, this is 1 and 2 are the correct answers. So x, this is also an inverse formula and this is also an inverse formula, which is 2 pi by 3 minus cos inverse. So A and B are the correct answer for this problem. Okay, next you have to find the range of the function cos greatest integer of x is given, and the interval is lies between the domain minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So pi value is 3.14. Okay, so minus pi by 2 to less than x less than pi by 2, it implies it lies between 1.57, 3.14 divided by 2. So it's less than x less than 1.5. So split the intervals up to minus 1.4 to minus 1. In this interval, what is the value? So f of x equal to cos greatest integer x. That is, it takes the value minus 1.54 to minus 1. So the previous value, that is cos 2. Okay, cos minus 2. Cos minus 2. So when you take the greatest integer of this variable, minus 1.54 is minus 2. So cos minus 2 is a even function, therefore cos 2. So take number 1. Next, in the interval minus 1 to 0. Okay. So what is your f of x? F of x equal to the greatest integer of the variable x, which lies between minus 1 to 0, is cos minus 1. Since cos is a even function, this is cos 1. So you mark this equation number 2. Next interval you take 0 to 1. Okay. 0 to 1, what is your f of x? F of x equal to the greatest integer value of the variable is 0. So cos 0. Okay. Cos 0 is 1. So you take this one as number that is equal to 1, number 3. So next interval is 1 to 1.57. That is minus 1.57 to 1.57. So now 4, 7. So So here 1.7 means what is your f of x? F of x, the greatest integer value is cos 1. Again cos 1, that is here cos 1. So combining these four values, combining 1, 2, 3, what is your range? The range of f of x, that is your y value. So it is 1 comma cos 1 comma cos 2. So this is your range. So the answer C is the, what is answer? This one. Answer B is your correct answer. So this your option is correct.